Bye, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
So I will need to sign off a little early because of this webinar that I'm doing, but I'm going to make it an open question if people have any things that they want to ask about today. You're muted, Caroline.
I said it's only me with questions.
Not
So
true, Mike.
Are you-
Matt also has something, but
is Matt here?
Matt, yeah, Newstead.
Oh, I didn't see him. Oh, go Matt, go.
Yeah,
Go
hi.
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, it's fine. I can wait. I don't need to go
No,
right
no,
now.
don't wait. You go first because my questions are not necessarily related or useful.
No. Sure. Well, I'm sure you could say the same about mine, but
Well, I won't.
So I was running into this issue where I have an object, the landlord, which is defined as a person object, and then I have a question about whether, what is the landlord's address. Now, the landlord can be both an individual with a first, middle, last name or a company. And I was getting an error because the landlord.name.text was undefined. So it didn't know how to apply I think the possessive method to the values that I had stored in there. So I was, and then it was also having a similar issue in the template. So I guess I'm wondering what is for objects that we want to use that could be both people or companies, things like that. How should I approach that? If that makes sense. And I could show code examples if we need to, but.
No, I mean, that's a great question. And I definitely have thought about that a lot and run into that same exact problem that you're talking about. There are a couple of choices that you can make. So one is it might be for both the individual and the person object, but definitely for the individual object, there's a attribute you can change that it's called uses underscore parts. That'll toggle whether it's using .name.text or .name.first. But the other thing you can do is just forget about having your objects represent some real world thing about whether it's a person with 2 parts to their name or 4 parts to their name or 1, and just always use the individual object and never use the person object. And if you're using the individual object, then when you have just one place where you want them to type the name, use the individual.name.first attribute to store that. Even though it's technically not a first name, that doesn't really matter. And I think by adding that extra step to what you're representing and how you store it, you don't really gain any precision. You just give yourself a headache for the exact thing you ran into.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good. I think I can do that. And I think that just using the individual and name.first will work. I was thrown because in the documentation, it said use individual for a human type person. And so I thought, oh, I can't do that for my company. But if this seems like a way to work around that easily. So, all right, great. Well, I think I know exactly how to try to implement that. So I think that's.
We have some examples of interviews doing that as well, don't we, on GitHub?
Yep. That's the way that we have our generic question that works for a
other parties.
VC individual. Yeah, and I think the way we ask for other parties works that way by default. In the TRO, the housing restraining order, I think that uses that style, which now I don't know if I like it so much, but that's what we did. So you can see how we did it there.
Okay. Great, thanks. And then, this is a general question about packages. So I've created a package that has like a version of some of our shared basic questions that a number of the Aleo interviews are using. And then also have a YAML that's called our interview framework, which is doing things like CSS and exit URL, stuff like that I'll just use in every interview. And so I just put this in a package. And I created it long ago, just in the default playground workspace, but now I want to do some organization and clean up. So I have a new project space in the playground. The thing is, if I create the package there, do I need to install it? Or if I have it the same name, will I be able to, I'm just calling it Aleo, will I be able to install it there? Will I get a message that there's a conflict because there's already an Aleo package on my DocAssemble server? Will one just overwrite the other? How does that work? Sorry, again, I don't know if that's clear at all.
I think I do. So you're wondering, like, if you have two packages and the package name itself is Aleo, will they conflict with each other? And the answer is yes, they will. So you do need to give them some unique name. They're all going to start out with DocAssemble in the DocAssemble namespace, but then after that, it has to be unique.
Quentin, what if he uninstalled the one he did a few years ago?
Oh yeah.
I mean, essentially, you just want to move so that they're sort of not loose files hanging around in your default playground. You want to turn them into a package in their own project in your playground and then install them that way. So if you uninstall from your server, can he just install the new, which is almost the same? He can just install it that way.
Yeah, if you don't care about the old version with the old files, that part I hadn't caught. Sorry, you can uninstall it and it won't cause a problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you overwrite it, because if you would just install, you wouldn't even have to uninstall, you just install the new one.
Oh, it would override it if you don't? Okay. Yeah, let me do that. No, before I went ahead and did it, I thought I'm going to download a copy so I have it and I know I have all the files that I want, because I'm sure I will blow something up. But that's good. That makes sense. And that is, Caroline, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to try to tidy up my workspace.
That was my question.
Great. No, that's good. Well, thank you both. This was great. All these questions are answered. I will report back if I have additional issues.
Sounds good. And Caroline, are you saying that was the question that you had to bring
That
today?
that was my question about this whole, because Audrey and I were looking at it last week trying to figure this out. And I think Matt asked it in a much neater way than I would have. But it's that same thing about, and I think the other part of that is the relationship. Okay, so when you're calling a module or a YAML file from anywhere, whether it's within the so if it's within the package, you can just call it by its name as long as it's installed on the server. Right. So if it's a YAML and it's in the package, it doesn't need to be installed. You can just include the YAML. If it's like basic questions, you have to give it do you give it the package name and it just finds it wherever it's installed in the DocAssemble universe?
Yeah, if it's installed on the server, then that is a namespace that DocAssemble has access to, so it will automatically pull in.
So you have to install it on the server you're working on, though. That's the thing. Okay, because that's where I know you've installed some stuff on our server, so I think that was what I was trying to figure out is I just intuitively, I keep thinking, oh, it goes and looks at GitHub. And I thought, no, it doesn't look at GitHub for it. Then I was just thinking through this, where things are and where they're called. So as long as you install a package on your server, as long as a package is installed on your server, you can call any of the files in it, if it's not in your package, by just putting docassemble dot whatever the file name is.
Docassemble dot whatever the package name is.
Package name.
And a colon and then the file name, which that part I think you probably would have seen it, like if you looked at any of the models, but just want to make
package
sure
name colon.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I get it. Audrey, you get it? Audrey's gonna go make herself a cup of tea. There's
no, I couldn't get the unmute to work. Clicking furiously at it. No, I told Matt this morning when he patiently tried to describe it in an email that all of this sounds like Peter Pepper, Pickle Peppers to me. So I need to think through it. I just wrote down what you said. I think I kind of get the idea that it needs to be installed and then you can refer to it from anywhere.
Yeah. And that's where we were going the right direction last week. I just didn't want to do anything
You didn't want to do
until I
the
knew for
final.
sure.
Yeah. Okay, well, Matt and I are gonna meet tomorrow, so maybe I can make sure I'm getting it.
Yeah. I think you just have to use it and do it. Matt, I
Yeah.
just want to be clear. You've got a package for LAO and a package for the framework packages, right? You have two different ones.
Yeah.
Okay. I assumed you did, but I just was double checking. Okay. Thank you. That's me.
Yeah.
as far as
Thanks
I
for
can
your
tell.
help.
So I know you had some other questions about Uptime Robot, which I think are relevant to Matt too. I don't know if you wanted to talk about those questions, Caroline.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
thank
that's all.
you. I'd forgotten. I was thinking there was something else. Do you want to look at what I'm getting?
We can
Or
take a look at it. Maybe we can figure it
Okay.
out live. And this is a good troubleshooting time, I think.
okay. All right, let's see now. That's the wrong one. We'll be here. Where's my, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna make you guys small. Okay, so okay, so this is what I'm getting. So these, I have two URLs for our doc assemble production. And so I'll show you this. So this is log in.
I'm just gonna look on my bigger screen to see it. So
Okay, so we have docassemble.masslegalhelp.org
mhm.
and da.masslegalhelp.org. You can see they're both the same IP address, right? DNS.
Yep.
So I've got DA and docassemble the same. Equally, I have DA-dev and docassemble-dev. They're two URLs there, same IP address. They're both proxy. They're all the same. All four of them are the same as far as I can tell. And they're all, that makes them if it's a dot, that makes them a subdomain of masslegalhelp.org, right?
Just the fact that the way that it's showing here, this is your DNS records that you're editing,
Yeah.
right? Cloudflare
Yeah.
hosts your DNS as well as hosting the cached version of the site.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, so as you could, so that's why there are two here. Unfortunately, you don't seem to be, I don't think you can.
I try the little wheel gear icon. You want to?
You've got a gear
edit
here?
it? Yeah,
This?
that. You want us to look at the actual URL, right? Yeah. click that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I thought it would.
So edit. Looks like this
Edit.
there. We'll do it.
Okay. So that's docassemble.masslegalhelp.org, right?
And it's telling you it's down right now. Even though
It's
you
telling
can
me, it's been telling me it's down
Yeah.
since I signed up for it.
Well, let's just take a quick look. I'm going to just try using, let's see.
And the other part of this is the dev servers. I've got two URLs for the devs. They're not both here because I thought one works. I don't really need to. And I don't, and the reason I added the second one for the production is because the first one said it was down. So I added the second one in case it was more legitimate or something. So I don't think the fact that there are two up here is causing the problem to say it's down.
No, so
And-
I
go ahead.
see from your chat there, like it's saying they got a 403 forbidden. And they're like, oh, it's because you blocked our IP address.
Right. But
Because I just tried and I also got a 403 forbidden.
yeah,
but it might
because
be
the thing
something-
is, I haven't. These are all going to Cloudflare, so I haven't blocked the. I haven't. Where would I have blocked it? Would it be in the config? Would it be?
Here, let me just share my screen for a second and I'll
Yeah.
show you what
Where's
I'm
my
getting.
stop? Here it is. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just like try visiting it on the command line. So this HSTS, you can ignore that. So it says it's trying to resolve it, connected, and then it gets a 403 forbidden. And now let's try going into the network tab and see what we get in Chrome. It might do something different. All right. No, it's getting the same thing. Okay, so 403 not authorized. I think you probably just have a login required on the screen, and it's giving a 403 error.
So, so when you say a lot, so what does that mean?
Well, whatever the default page is on this website gives an error. So you might, yeah. So actually, I think this is something you can change in the docassemble config. This is actually great to see. I think we've figured out what the issue is. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll let you share again. Let's look at the docassemble config and let's see. You might have some.
I'm gonna hedge my bets and juggle the amount.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
know you don't want to like
All right.
you have some passwords and stuff in there that we don't want to see, but
You won't see, I don't think, oh, passwords in the thingy,
in the config.
in the config.
Yeah.
David,
you want to just pause it for a second and then.
where is it? Okay.
Just a second.
Okay.
So just to summarize for posterity, if anyone ever watches this video, what
Yeah.
we figured out what the problem was is that the default interview was the demo interview. When you have debug turned off, you can't visit the demo interview by default, and unless you're an administrator. And we just are solving that for now by turning on. You shouldn't have to delete it, but it does take 5 minutes.
Well, I had two
Oh,
here, and
yeah,
I thought, there's no point in having them both here.
That's
So,
definitely true.
yeah.
So yeah, fixing it so that we'd have the demo interview allowed for people who aren't logged in gets rid of the 403 error.
Right. And the reason that the demo was, sorry, not the demo. The reason the development was working is because debug was set to true, and it's not set to true in the production, right?
Exactly.
So we have to come back and,
There you go. It's telling us you're up. So it hasn't refreshed the interface, but you got the email saying it's back up.
back up. Okay, it was down for 146 hours. That is bad. There we go. It went down the day we made the LRF live. Excellent. Well, thanks for remembering this, Quentin, because I was really stuck.
You're welcome.
Think.
That's a good
So
thing.
where did you, that's not where I'm trying to, I don't need to share my screen anymore. So where did you go on the documentation that showed you that?
Well, I had remembered that I had kind of remembered this before, that that the demo interview isn't always turned on. And just that error message that we saw, and then when you signed in, that said not authorized, and then when you signed in and you went to the demo interview, that gave me the clue to look for the documentation about it, the demo interview specifically.
So that's what it was, the documentation about the demo interview.
Yes.
Right. And then I put in allow demo. Right. So then down the line, if what we wanted to do is if people, so what happens now is if you just go to either the production or the development server, you get the demo interview. So if what you wanted was people just to go get that list of interviews, that was the other thing sort of on my mind I haven't asked you about, but I know we've done it. We have a little bit, we have to finish in 2 minutes. What time do you want to leave?
I don't have a hard stop. I can
minutes
keep
for
going.
me.
Okay. So the other two things I'm thinking about are, there is a page that you can go to that lists the interviews that are installed on your server. Wouldn't it be nice for that to be the page that people get if they just go to docassemble.masslegalhelp.org or DADev?
Yeah, so there is a way to do that in the configuration. So it's just called the root redirect URL. And I think you should be able to set that to /list.
Okay. All right. And then, and then the dispatch, that's the other one I want to try and put. Oh, so this dispatch, when I was reading it, do you put that in the config, or do you put that in the interview itself?
You put it in the config, and the title that it shows in the list, that /list page, that comes from whatever the metadata title that you give your interview is. So if you
Gotcha.
don't give it a title, then it will just say the URL of the interview. So you want to make sure
Okay.
you give every interview a title in the metadata.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so this is going to be my next finishing up thing for because this is the kind of thing that would be nice to have on our interviews, on the Mass Legal Help servers.
Yeah, and so I mean, if you want some other ideas, like what on our server, on the Suffolk server, we have it go to courtformsonline.org.
Just go straight to the website. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't let you stay.
Right.
The
Oh,
server.
that's an idea, so that we could go to our interactive forms on Mass Legal Help. Yeah.
Yep. And then on our dev server, I think it just shows like a little about page, basically.
So is that how does it is the about page on your Mass Access website, so it's redirected to your Mass Access website page, or do you build a page on the Amazon server?
We actually just built, so it doesn't redirect you, because that's really annoying on the dev server. I get annoyed by it on the production server, but I think it's worth the annoyance.
Yeah.
Because I want to go to the site and then I want to click on the menu because I don't remember the exact URL.
Yeah.
It stops you from doing that if you redirect. So I just built an interview which has one screen, and that screen is just the about information.
Oh, I see. Cool. That's a good idea.
And
That's
do you
great.
you can access that by using that interview in the demo line in the config?
You put it in the
Or what do you
demo
do?
line, but there's a separate configuration option for setting the default interview.
Oh, default. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are talking about this, because this makes sense as something we should do too. To
Yeah.
say, oh, looks like you're trying to get at some of our forms. Come to Aleo's website. Here's our form library, and then you can see everything. So, okay, thank you.
Yeah. And
Well, but Matt, he's saying on their production server, you just go straight to the form library on Aleo. But for the development server, that's where he just has the one page, right? I mean, you could do that. You could definitely do that. I just wanted to make sure we were making a distinction between production and development servers.
Yeah, and actually, now that I think about it, like on the dev server, we probably could have just left the demo interview. But I was thinking about the experience for a new developer of coming there and then they immediately launched into an interview that they had no idea. They don't know where to click on the screen to do something. So something that was cleared at the right place seemed helpful.
And in the assembly line project, you have three servers, right? Production, testing, and development, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our test server, actually, I do have it go to the list of interviews because that's the main, we share that with people who are going to run the interviews, not develop.
Right. Yeah. So it's nice for them to just go there and then be able to click on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's the three things we've chosen to do on the homepage, and they seem to make sense for the different use cases.
Cool. Hopefully oh, yay, it's recorded. I can remember this. I don't have to remember.
I'm going to have to post
great.
it then.
Matt and I are on the same page.
You do have to remember to watch the recording, though. That's the
Yeah, but I have to remember to post it. That's the first bit, Matt.
yeah, that too.
Are the deep dive Tuesdays posted as well? 'Cause I think I've lost
Mondays,
a
you mean?
link to it.
The
That's
coding
Mondays?
Mondays, deep dive Mondays.
I have to remember to post those.
All right.
I'll post one of
I've
them
lost
today.
the links to some of them. Yeah. The files.
Oh, that reminds
to file
me. I recorded a session I had with Audrey last week and I forgot to put it anywhere. So I have to put it somewhere so you can get it, Audrey. Sorry. I was waiting for it to finish converting.
Yeah, that's where I always get stuck.
And I forgot about it.
It's an
Yeah.
hour. They should make a save to YouTube option when you record, so you could skip that step.
They just want you to use their cloud.
No one else would use it, but maybe. Well, that was really efficient so far. I guess we stopped
Yeah,
at 10 minutes at least
excellent
for
so
me,
far.
and maybe Michelle would stay on longer. But I don't know if anyone else had questions.
I'm done.
Okay.
We can hang out for a while and see if a student comes
Oh,
on.
I know, Michelle, if you
Mhm.
have time, what about, can you show us how to push a branch to a branch? I mean, didn't you say that you can do that in GitHub?
So what you just described doesn't exist, but maybe if you describe to me what you want to accomplish.
Oh, it's not what I don't know about. So basically, I guess, so you can have you have your main
Mhm,
repository, then you have a branch,
mhm.
and then I've heard you say over and over again, but it's not the right words. It sounds like you can have a branch of the branch, and maybe
You can
that's
have a
not right.
branch off a branch, right?
Oh, is that different from pushing to a branch off a branch?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, what you described sounds more like a PR where you merge a branch together to, and the pushing kind of
well, do you think,
adds stuff.
does anybody want to have a look at that? Is that an appropriate thing to ask for now, or should we do that another time?
I think that sounds like the thing to do.
Okay. I mean, I can make a new project and I can, all right. So,
I'm just intrigued because you've
sure.
mentioned it, and then there's a few times I've thought, I bet I could use that here, but then I'm not sure whether that's what I want to do, and
Okay,
I don't know how to do
that's
it.
perfect. Okay, so I will share my screen and we'll go over this way of doing things. So I've got a project branches all the way down, which is what Git is. I'm going to go ahead and push it to GitHub. I'll call it branches all the way down. Well, we'll call it something different, which is off branches, just to show that that's possible. Oh, I have to save it first. Great. So save it first. Then I'm going to send it to GitHub. Initial commit. Show master branch. So now we've got, if we come, okay, if we wait for the server to restart, we'll see that we're on the main branch. It tells you right in the packages folder. There we go. So we can see down here, oh, it doesn't show the branch, I suppose, until you
do a new one.
Make a new branch? I don't know. So now I have to change something because in DocAssemble, if you haven't changed something, you can't make a new branch. So I'm gonna save that. Then I'll go to packages and I'll go GitHub new branch. Changes. Branch 1. So first changes for branch off of main. So main is our main branch, and branch 1 is
Has
off of main.
GitHub changed that from master to main? I've noticed a lot of the students now have a main branch, not a master branch.
So the default is now main, but you can make the default branch whatever you want it to be.
Right,
You can go over that sometime, but it's really usually not necessary. So I'm going to commit that, and now I'm on a new branch. Which it also has to restart the server for. The idea was to get away from the language of master and
I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
So if you see now, the current branch is branch 1. If I follow this, over here will be branch 1. I have main and branch 1.
Right.
So now basically you just make your changes, and this can be after you pull from branch 1. You make your changes here, and child branch. You save it. And you go to your packages. And since you're already on branch 1, you have to start with branch 1. And you say,
Okay, so
branch
this is where I'm so,
one
okay, so this is
child.
what threw me. So you say you're already on branch 1.
So let's do this a different way in that case. Let's do this a different way. I'm going to make a new project.
Yeah.
I have a lot of projects right now. Don't judge
Yeah.
me. Okay. I'm going to go here and I'm going to
Yeah.
pull my branches project. So I'll get this right here, come to pull, and I'll pull from branch 1.
Right.
So I was on branch nothing and now I'm on branch 1. Then I'll edit in my playground, something, anything. Branch from new project. Packages. Come here. As long as this says branch 1, these changes are on top of branch 1. And I say new branch.
So if you didn't say new branch, you just be
1.
committing it to the old branch.
I just
So
be committing
it's
it
a
to
way
branch
to,
1.
yeah.
Right.
So that's what I mean. That's right. So if you didn't say new branch, and what you'd be doing is committing to branch 1.
Yep.
If you, right. So now, so you just, okay. And then the way to know that you're on branch 1 is where you pulled from. That's probably
Yep.
the
And
same.
right here.
Yeah, but that's how you know. But if you wanted to get there and make a
Right.
change,
Yep.
you'd have to pull
the
from
branch.
there rather than pulling
Let's
from
see.
main. Gotcha.
Right. So what that's called is your base branch. So our base
Yeah.
branch is currently branch 1. That's the branch
Okay.
we pulled from and started with.
Right.
So now we're making a new branch.
Got it.
Make a child branch of branch 1. Commit. Now we will see, and it's actually, what did I do? Working tree clean. I know what the problem is. Wait, do I know what the problem is? Did I not save?
Maybe you didn't save the package. You saved the interview, but you didn't save the package on the
project. Packages. Maybe I did not include the test file. That might be it. Yep. So now I'm including the test file, which means there are actual changes, which makes me question how branch 1 was created. But that's okay. That's a question for another time. 1, this was make child from branch 1. Which is kind of redundant. Usually there'd be something a bit more useful in here, but there isn't. So I suppose we'll make sure it doesn't error before checking on GitHub. It's great. And now if I refresh, I see both branch 1 and child of branch 1 have changes.
So then you can merge the child into branch 1. Yep. If you want, before you merge branch 1 into master, if you're going to do that, right?
So what I can do is I can do pull request right here.
Yeah.
And instead of main here, do branch 1.
Right.
You can see what changes I've made, which is I've added a whole file. So there you go. I'm curious to see what.
Because it wasn't there, but it was just a package with no files.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can create that pull request. Now, when you say like close issue or fix issue, say I did, which won't work here, but because I don't have an issue, fix 1. I mean, 1 is a pull request. This is 1. So fix 1. So say this is an issue. And it's not because it doesn't exist. But say this
is supposed to close the issue.
1. This won't close the issue. it will not close the issue because it isn't getting added to the default branch. It isn't getting merged into the default branch.
I mean, the issues are only on the default, on the main branch.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So if I
that's
pulled
good
it
to know.
into main, now if I am going to make another pull request,
Did you haven't merged it yet? You just did the pull request, right?
yep, I can make however many pull requests I want. Sometimes it's not a good idea, but you know. So if I make a pull request here, what has changed? I don't know. I don't know what changed in that file, but okay. If I make this pull request, this will take me another step because here we're just previewing it. And then into main, merge child of branch 1 into main, create pull request. And you'll notice here it used the branch name to make the automatic message, child of branch 1, and here it, the other pull request it used, it doesn't matter. You know, it sometimes gives automatic stuff that's useful and sometimes it gives automatic stuff that isn't useful. So if I have this pull request, child of branch 1, into main.
Bye, Clinton. See you in a
Bye,
few minutes.
Clinton. Good luck. And I merge that pull request. You'll see that in my pull requests, there should be nothing. There is nothing. Oh, I see. I did this. Let me do one more. Let me do one more change and see if, because this is something that gets people sometime. You know what, it doesn't matter if it errors, so. Packages. I'm gonna make another child of a child off of child, but just to show this child of child, grandchild of branch 1 might be an easier way to put that. Show merging 2 branches. Accidentally. So what we're going to have is in our code, first of all, I'll go to these branches, to all of our branches, and I'll say we can delete that branch because it's merged. We don't need it anymore. Can't delete this branch. It has an open pull request. Oh, that's funny that it says merged and it has an open pull request. That is funny. Okay.
That is interesting.
So we won't
yeah.
we won't merge it, but grandchild of branch 1. Let me think what I want to do. So first, I'm going to try and pull branch 1 into main. I'm going to say,
Yeah,
merge main, but there are no commits. Unified. All right, then we'll make one more branch. You know, I'm pretty excited about this learning. And for just the sake of simplicity, I'm going to close this merge request, this pull request, sorry. Close pull request, and I'm going to get rid of the branches so that we just see the branches that are relevant. And then where's branch 1? There we go. Okay. And let's do a great grandchild. Oh, great grandchild. Double merge all the way. So if we refresh, we'll see. Once this does something. There we go, great grandchild. So first I'm going to do the grandchild. I'm going to say, grandchild, I want to get this into main. I'm gonna create a pull request. In the meantime, I've made great grandchild, right?
Yeah.
And I come here and I say, I go to my branches and I'm like, I want to merge great grandchild into main. So I create a pull request. And this time I merge this pull request.
The great grandchild. You're merging.
The great grandchild. I'm merging the great grandchild. Grandchild is still waiting in the wings, and I merge this pull request. Okay, and you can delete branch really easily here. And that's generally what I do. So now I go to pull requests, and there are no pull requests.
Because you started with grandchild for the branch of great grandchild. So you pull great grandchild into main, and that includes the changes you made in grandchild.
Exactly.
Got it.
So sometimes people are kind of caught off guard, and it can be a bit alarming when that happens.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. That makes perfect sense to me. Fantastic. That's great. Wow. So many questions answered in one Teaching Tuesday.
A lot of ground covered.
Yeah, a lot.
So just remember,
and what's really cool is in 3 completely, totally different, really hard to understand areas.
Yeah, for sure. Now I didn't get any reviews on those branches. People, don't do that. Get reviews on your branches, on your pull requests. Don't skip that step.
Hi, Lance.
Hi.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah, I couldn't come in earlier. I was busy preparing for a 2:00 meeting, and then I looked at my calendar, and it's a 4:00 meeting, so I jumped on. But actually, I have a question.
All right.
So Maeve and I updated the civil action cover sheet.
Nice.
And now it's the review your work kind of thing is in there, and so it's really pretty cool. But I made some changes that before we updated that are not included in the version that's on the server. I've updated twice, and so what shows on the server isn't what's in the master of the file, and I don't understand why. I mean,
So let's share your screen.
Okay.
Let's share your screen, and let's look at the code in the playground that you want to be included in.
Okay. Which one is it? I got so many windows open,
Yeah.
I think it's this one.
I sometimes give up on Windows. Just start a new one.
That's my
GitHub repo.
GitHub, right. So here in the playground, right? You see the playground now?
I see package management. Now I see the playground.
Okay.
Now go down to a change that you made that is not showing up.
It's maybe, here, I'll do this way. I'm in the wrong document. I'm in the wrong playground. Hold on.
You're in the wrong project?
What's that?
You're in the wrong project?
Yeah. Do I go here?
Manage project.
See it brand new? Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So now if I look, here tap. You remember the issues we had with click and tap?
Yeah,
and that's why I'd forgotten all of those lessons, and all my changes were made. Interesting. Well, that's very, very odd. I don't see. Oops, sorry. I don't see the. Yeah, there we go. They're tap, right? Here's on the form. Tap a section, and here's what you see on the interview when you run the interview. Click a section.
So now let's go back to your playground.
Okay.
And I want you to go to packages, so folders, packages. right?
In here, okay.
So unless the server is taking time to, if the server is taking a while to update, that's one thing. I don't know if there's.
Well, I don't think so
there.
because
But if it's a code problem, then we can troubleshoot.
because this form. Whoops, sorry. Touchscreen. This form was in that update, so it's like it took the first or 2 or 3 commits versus the second commit, right? So anyway, back to here.
Okay. So go down, all the way down.
Okay, all the way down.
Okay, you are on master and current commit is DBAF58.
Okay.
So let's try pushing to, first of all, is that file included? Let's look at the included files. So up a little
Okay.
bit. Is this the file you want to include? Is this
The YAML file?
Is this
Yeah.
the correct file?
That's that's the one we've always been working under.
Okay, so go down again. Let's try
Okay.
pushing to GitHub. If you want to push to
Okay.
master, you can, or if you want to push to a different branch, you can.
I
Add a
can commit to
master.
master. Oh, sorry. What should I say? Testing, latest updates. Does that make
Okay.
sense to anyone other than me?
Probably not, but if it reminds you what's going on, that's
Yeah.
somewhat useful. It
Yeah,
would be.
right,
But
right. Okay.
okay,
Commit.
so go ahead and commit, and let's see if we get an error. Error. Scroll all the way down.
Oh, it's probably working tree clean. There's nothing to commit.
Working tree clean. Okay, so let's go back. Just hit back, with your browser. So now let's click on, so scroll all the way down again. Let's click on this. This is the commit ID, basically.
Uh-huh.
Click, tap, click, tap, click, tap.
It's there, and is it on the
You can see all the changes that you made.
right? Yeah, see, it's
the last
here.
commit.
Click, tap, press to tap. That's what should read on the form.
So
Those
let's
were
go.
that was the latest commit.
Okay, so go all the way to the top. Go to master. So code, you can just click here. It'll take you to master. Okay.
You want me to open the code completely?
I trust it, but I like to confirm. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next thing to check is that you're pulling from the right branch. So let's check in here. It seems it makes sense that it's in here. Actually, the commit is DA. Yeah, if it says the commit name, and it's
okay.
So that probably is sufficient. So if you go back one more. It says the commit name DBAFF58, and I believe yours said the same thing.
Yeah, that was the number of DBAFF58.
So now we want to make sure that you're pulling from the correct branch when you're installing onto the server.
Mm-hmm.
So which server are you installing onto? The dev server?
No, I think it's production, but I don't know. I don't know. I've never had to.
You never installed onto the server.
I installed, but I just followed the instructions.
So let's follow the instructions. Let's look at.
I just went here to package management, and update here. This is what I did recently, right?
Update. Oh.
That makes sense because that only pulls from the master when you pull it in. So
it's true, but you have to update the version number, I believe. So if we go back to the playground.
Okay.
To the correct project.
Right.
So folders, packages. And you need to bump the version.
Okay.
So right here.
To 1.07.
I need to put it at like 7.
If these are not major changes, yes. If this is just a
This
fix,
is pretty. I mean, it's more than just cleaning up things. It might.
all the changes that
Bye,
you're
Matt.
implementing. Bye, Matt. So if you're doing more than if all the changes that you're implementing.
This version, even though you saw it in there, this version added that review functionality,
Oh,
which
that's a
is
big
it,
change.
That is a
that's
big change.
thing.
I might do 1.1.0.
I gotta go too, you guys. You're
All right,
you're
later.
recording this,
Okay,
right?
bye, Carolyn.
We are recording
Okay.
this, I think.
All right.
If
See
it
you
is.
later. Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay.
So 1.1.0. So go down and hit save and then commit the branch. You can just say bump version. That is the purpose of your
Okay. Okay.
commit. So
Bumped version. Okay.
commit. Now you can try to go to package manager and update
Okay. Okay.
once this is done, of course.
Right. Right.
Because it doesn't know it needs something new unless you tell it, hey, here is something new.
Okay.
That's how package management works.
Okay. Okay. I see.
I forgot NPM works that way too. Oh,
So
I could be
update
wrong.
here.
Let's see if it says 1.1.0.
Oh, right.
Is at least my best guess. So
Right. Right.
we'll see.
Yeah, but it's interesting because it wouldn't have. I mean, it took it, like I say, it just didn't take the last commit, essentially, or the last
Really, you
merge. Yeah, because
without
this review answers thing is all new too, right? It takes a while to update.
Can you go back to the interview? Is this the interview? So can you go back to the interview for a sec?
Here, do you see it?
Go to the oh, this is the interview.
Yeah, yeah. This is in the middle, you know.
That's interesting then. I would have definitely thought it was the version number. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. It takes a little while. I don't know what this is. Oh, I must say. Okay. Package did not report an error.
I wish it didn't say it that way. Even though it's green, that message up there makes me think, hey, maybe there was an error.
Right,
Let's refresh let's refresh the.
Just go here to the interview. Okay.
Yeah. Command Shift refresh. So like
Command Shift refresh. Nope.
Okay. Open a private window, a incognito window.
Okay.
And go to the same address there.
Okay.
You won't be able to see it, but we'll take your word for what's going on. So
oh, right.
Copy the
it can jump right into the middle of the interview?
It won't. It'll go to the first page.
Oh, okay. Okay. Whoops. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so jump now, go through. Question number 2. I'll give you running. Okay, question number 2 done.
We see your autocompletes. That's really funny.
Oh, you do really, but not the other stuff.
But not the other. Yeah.
That's interesting. Next is my try and build the so drop downs for that. Well, it's there. Too complicated to say. Okay, I get this exact same thing.
Get the exact.
I get clicks and press. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I think.
I mean, I could try to force it so that the tap is the second to the last update, which maybe it'll bring it in then, right?
No.
I don't know.
So my move at this point would be to delete the package and reinstall it from scratch. Like that's what I would do.
Uh-huh. That's
Um,
sounds a little drastic.
No, I mean it's I mean unless it's live, right? When with people using it, it's not going to do any harm.
Right.
Because honestly, you've got no cache. Master's up to date. You bumped the version. You're using master. Let's see the version, right? Did we see that the version was updated? Like let's go to like the package management screen.
Oh, okay.
And let's scroll down and see what the version says.
110. Yep.
So where's the connection? Where's the URL created?
For
to that URL, this URL.
Here?
This URL, yep.
I'm not sure what you mean. Where's it created?
So this says run CACS, right?
Right.
I don't, is that in the config somewhere? Do you know?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Apps. Oh no. This is not apps dev. This is apps. I don't know how I didn't spot that before.
Okay. So you're
installing it on the dev server and it won't have an effect on the app server.
Oh, okay. So how do I install it on the app server? Or does that
you have to log into the app server?
Okay, then somebody else has to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
My bad. I am sorry to not spot
that. No, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You went on a journey.
Yeah. I wondered if it was
see you later, Audrey. Sorry. Bye.
I wondered if there was a step I was missing.
There is, yeah, for sure. But it's not here.
Okay. So this is something that someone like Quentin or you or somebody else has to go in and then move it over. I guess I don't understand why this review is this way though.
So these are all separate servers. So the package that you update on apps dev does not update on apps. It's as if, I mean, it's completely different places. So on apps dev, you're saying update. You're updated on apps dev. If you were to go to the correct location on apps dev, which I don't know what it is, it would be an updated interview. But on apps, on just apps on that server, nothing has been updated. And so it's going to stay looking like it is until someone goes there and hits update.
Okay. Yeah, I think Quentin may have said I can do it. I can give you access, but I didn't dare. Well, I just access to the.
I have access.
Yeah.
Apps. Suffolk. bitlab.org. I wonder if I have an account. Core Forms Online. I don't even know how to get there.
Yeah.
Apps. Dev. Suffolk.org/playground.
So I would get basically package management option, but on the regular server, right? Not apps dev.
Yeah, on the regular server.
I mean, I can just try and hack it and see what happens. Maybe I have access.
Maybe.
I need to log in.
Try signing in and see if.
Oh gosh, I don't know I never know what my password and
All right.
Here, there we go. Oh, that's apps dev only.
Yeah, I
That's
think
my-
that's going to be dev.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found the same thing.
So
So I suspect none of us can, well, if Quentin's offering, I suppose some of us should take him up on the offer, but
yeah. So basic. Okay. Now,
Enterprise.
but now I get it. Although maybe, I guess I don't understand why these changes are here, but maybe it was, maybe someone
does Maeve have
uploaded
access to the
them.
app server?
What's that?
Does Maeve have access to the app server?
I don't think Maeve does, no. But maybe someone, maybe something is
I
triggered.
heard access question. What was the question?
Oh,
So we're wondering if someone updated all the packages on the app server at some point as part of that. Well, I was thinking as part of that big.
The big
reset that
update. I
happened.
do know, yeah, Quentin did an update when I think it had by default, it updates them all when he updated DocSymul.
Okay, there we go.
okay.
That's probably how that updated. That is
Right.
hilarious. A hilarious problem to have.
So I just need to tell him to update it, or does it?
Or get access to it and update it.
Right. Okay. Perfect. But anyway, this is my
Nice.
this is my form here that I built.
It's looking awesome.
Yeah, I did. It was quite a thing. But now next is the on here, you can even see type of action there. Because we know what all of these are, I want to build it so that they have drop downs or check boxes or radio buttons or something. I don't know how I can do it yet, but that's the next big update.
All right.
But okay, well, I'll reach out to Quentin about the app server and just access, and it looks like I can't screw anything up, so
Perfect.
It should work pretty well. Okay.
Perfect.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks,
You're
Michelle.
welcome.
Thanks, David. Okay, we'll see you guys later.
No problem. Later.
All
right.
Oh, it's past 2. So if anyone
Yes,
came
that's
on.
it.
Oh, I'm sharing. That's why you don't have the.
No.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and cut this then.
Good night, everyone.
Night.